What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Mika Chanel, back with another edition of Mika Chanel is Just Saying. Tonight we're talking about The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 6, Episode number 10. You guys, I didn't get the chance to vlog last week. I had traveled for work, and I thought I was going to vlog when I was out of town, but I was just really busy and then really tired after being really busy all day. Anyway, so episode number 10, Kyle is on, she goes over to Lisa's house because her and Lisa are heading out to look at this venue because they are throwing a joint anniversary party because Kyle's 20th anniversary is coming up. And then Lisa and Ken's, I think she said their 33rd anniversary or 31st or 30-something anniversary, which is like, wow. Okay, that's a lot. 20 years is a lot too. I mean, 1 year is a lot. No, I'm just joking. But no, that's a very long time. I always hope that I'll be married, forever and, 30-something years and we're both still healthy and happy and, able to live our lives. That's just great. Anyway, so when Kyle first gets there, she comes in, they have, a cup of tea together. And Lisa Vanderpump basically tells her that she didn't appreciate the fact that she had brought Faye to the barbecue and did not even tell Lisa that, Faye was going to be at the barbecue. And Lisa just feels like, she feels Kyle should have told her because she knows that, because one, Kyle knows that Lisa does not like Faye. And for two, it was an intimate barbecue. It wasn't just like a barbecue in the backyard where, it was multiple people there or whatever. It was a more intimate barbecue, which made it a little bit more awkward to be around somebody that you really don't like and somebody that's not even a cast member. So you're like, okay, why the hell? I don't even really need to be around her, and because Kyle had brought up the fact that, oh, well, you always had Brandy at these events and didn't tell me about it. But, Brandy was a cast member. So that's a little bit different. But anyway, so Kyle's just like, whatever, Lisa, you need to stop holding grudges. She's going to be at this anniversary party. So that is what it is. Anyway, so then in the next scene, you see Erica. She goes to visit Yolanda. And Yolanda is feeling better, so she wants to go for a walk on the beach. So they're walking along the beach, and Erica is basically just filling her in on everything that happened at Kyle's barbecue the week before after Yolanda left. Because, remember Yolanda came. She was there for just, a short time, and I don't even think she made it to dinner. And then she ended up leaving. And so anyway, so Erica's filling Yolanda in on, what went down with Catherine and Faye and, telling her about how Catherine just, there's history between her and Faye and not in a good way, not in a casual, nice way or anything like that. And so then she tells Yolanda that, people are doubting the fact that Bella and Anwar have Lyme disease. And Yolanda's like, what are you talking about? And she's just like, it's, Kyle and Lisa were having a discussion. Lisa Vanderpump were having a discussion. And, that's basically what the topic of the discussion was. So, Yolanda is pissed off about it. She feels insulted that someone would actually have this conversation, that someone would just doubt her disease or whatever. So, she's in her feelings about that, which, I mean, rightfully so. You don't want anybody, like I said before, you don't want anybody doubting the fact that you're sick. Even though we all feel like what she's sick from isn't, I don't know about we all, but I feel like what she's sick from isn't what she's been diagnosed with or whatever. I don't know. And then, so they just talk about that a little bit. And then that was kind of the end of that scene. So then in the next scene, you see Lisa Rinna going over to Erica's house. She goes over to Erica's house to get some advice, but before she gets some advice, she gets a tour, which gives all of us a tour of Erica's home, which is huge. It's humongous. And I'm like, I mean, how many people you got living in there? It's just her and her husband. So, anyway, she's got a fucking chapel. She has a chapel, okay, in her house. I'm like, Ain't nobody got time to be going to church, I guess, up in that house. They like, time is money. We gonna go on upstairs and pray. I'm like, do they have a dang priest in the bed, sleeping in the back in the priest quarters behind the chapel? Like, bam, on Sunday mornings, bam, a priest comes out through the wall or something. Like, oh my God. But it looked really nice on the inside. It was just like, nothing really surprises me when I watch some of these housewife shows. Like, some of the things that these ladies, especially in Beverly Hills, some of the things that the ladies have or do, it just never ceases to amaze me. Anyways, so basically Lisa Rinna wanted to get advice on how to bring up the topic to Yolanda about, the whole Munchausen thing, and how, how Lisa Rinna was kind of sucked into a conversation and engaged in a conversation about Yolanda possibly having Munchausen's, which is, when you are not really sick, but you're making yourself sick to get sympathy or whatever. So that's what, Lisa and Erica's just telling her, like, just be honest. Just tell her exactly what you're telling me. This is how it is. Apologize. And she was like, I think that Yolanda, will sincerely listen to you and, not really hold a grudge or whatever. So that makes Lisa Rinna feels good. And, that was the end of that. Then we go over to Catherine's house. Her and her husband, Danny. They're just at home having a regular day. She's making him some oatmeal for breakfast. They seem like they have a cute little fun relationship. She's a little older than him. I think she said 9 years or something like that. You ended up seeing them leaving and going to the gym, and she was like, she likes to keep it tight. And, always try to keep up with him because, since she is older than him, she doesn't ever want him to think of her as a frumpy old lady that can't get around. So she's always trying to keep active and, be able to keep up with him or whatever, which I'm like, I ain't mad at you, girl. I ain't mad at you, okay? They have a little conversation about Faye and how, she was saying telling her husband how she built this whole, war in her mind that her and Faye were in. And then when she met Faye, she was saying, Faye was a completely different person from what she thought Faye was going to be. And so, it kind of threw her for a loop. But don't get it twisted. She still ain't feeling the girl, okay? Anyways, in the next scene, you see Erica, just some little small scenes. She's having voice lessons. She says, it's not that easy. It's not just easy peasy being a singer, an artist, performing artist. She was saying, you have to do your dance lessons. You have to do your vocal lessons. You have to take care of your body, take care of your voice. And then she says that she has a show in San Diego. And all of the ladies are going to come and see her perform. And they get to see Erica Jane live and in living color. And she's really excited about that. I'm sitting here like, I wonder how some of the ladies are going to take it. Eileen will probably be slobbering and drooling all over herself. But the rest of the ladies, they going to be clutching those pearls the whole night, I'm pretty sure. I think Lisa Vanderpump will secretly be really into it, but then on the outside, try to act like she's not. Anyway, so in the next scene, we see Eileen. She's at her house. She's getting her costume together for Lisa and Kyle's. Their anniversary party is, the theme is Moulin Rouge. So Eileen's getting her costume together. Her husband, Vinny, comes in and they kind of discuss the trip a little bit, and she just says, it's nice having him as a constant in her life. He keeps her, grounded, and he's always there for her, which, I agree. Like, it is nothing like having somebody in your corner, somebody that for sure is going to have your back. It's nothing like it. That's pretty much all that was to that scene. Vinny sounds excited to go to the party. Anyways, so then we finally see Lisa Rinna. She goes over to Yolanda's house to have the talk. And she basically just tells Yolanda, like, look, there's people that were, discussing, feeling like you may be faking your illness because of all the pictures. One minute you're okay, the next minute you're sick, like, and Yolanda, and then she says, someone brought up the word Munchausen, and, I engaged in it. I looked it up, and I discussed it with Lisa, Eileen, and Kyle. And Yolanda's like, she's never heard of this word before. She can't believe that anybody would say that about her. And she's like, she's like, she's usually pretty good at distinguishing who's her Hollywood friends and who's, her real friends. But she's like, now it's a whole other category of people out there that are, trying to, just not wishing her well or whatever. I don't know. She says that Lisa Rinna is probably just miserable. She needs to look at, she didn't say miserable, but she said Lisa Rinna is projecting whatever's wrong in her life onto Yolanda and basically saying she's a miserable, bitter ass bitch and she just all up in my business because she ain't got none of her own. Her, you know what I mean? Or her business is she's just trying to run away from it. Basically is what Yolanda was saying. I'm like, okay, girl. But I don't know if it's that or if, I don't know. I mean, people talk, people gossip, and that's just kind of what people do. I had a viewer of mine. She watched. I think she said she watched the first episode that I did on this season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and she educated me a little bit on. Just the difference, just the different things that can go on with your body and how she was saying, do you guys remember when Yolanda had said that she had a parasite, that they found inside of her? And, she was telling me that, that could alter your personality and things like that. And then she also hit me to what's going on in Flint, Michigan with the whole water and everything like that, the water system in Flint, Michigan. So I'm going to do a little bit more research on all of that. And I'm going to definitely, put that in a blog and discuss it. I don't know if it's going to be a part of my Real Housewives of Beverly Hills blog, just like as a little side note, or if I'm going to dedicate a whole blog to it. I haven't decided. It was just like the other day. So I haven't really gotten everything, but it was cool to get, educated on some things that I am not aware of. And some of you guys may not be aware of it either. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be following the water issue in Flint, Michigan. And also Phaedra Parks had did a Periscope on it the other day as well, but I wasn't able to watch it. So yeah, stay tuned for all of that, and go ahead and Google Flint, Michigan water system, so if you guys want to know more about it right now. Anyways, let's move on. So Yolanda is just basically saying, she feels like Lisa is projecting onto her, and she's like, she shouldn't judge other people unless her life is perfect, and Lisa Rinna just says, I'm gonna leave you because you look like you're getting a little tired or whatever, and so that's how she ends it. I really don't know. Lisa Rinna is just probably just like a busybody, and she talks, and like I said, people talk, so whatever. Anyways, Kyle is at her house. She's put her costume on. She's prancing around her bedroom. Mauricio's like, oh, you look so sexy. Oh, you look so sexy. He always is, he just is all over her. Oh my goodness, he just seems to really be into her, and it can't be an act, it has to be genuine, because I mean he's been pretty consistent throughout the last 6 seasons, So then it was so funny because she asked him if she should wear fishnets, and he's like, those go on the legs, right? Like, girl, why you even ask him about some dang fishnets, okay? Mauricio doesn't strike me as the type of man that is really, that really knows a lot about women's fashion. You know what I mean? Some men do know, some things about, women's fashion, or at least what they like to see their women in, Some men just don't really care. And I think Mauricio just probably doesn't even care what Kyle wears. He probably would prefer her to not wear anything the way he be looking at her and the stuff that he says to her, So anyways, I just thought that was funny. Everybody else is also getting ready. Catherine's husband feels the same way Mauricio does about her. Catherine, what's his name? Donnie. Donnie is like, you looking good, baby. You looking good. Remember, I think it was it in last week's episode when he was like, oh, my wife is fine. I got a fine wife, So I guess he's really into his wife. And then we see Kyle and Mauricio. They go pick up Lisa and Ken from their house. Lisa has a nice costume on. I really love the feathers that she had. I don't know what those things are called, but it's like she was holding all the feathers in her hand. It was like long. She had a really cute outfit. She looked more like the madam of the whorehouse is what she looked like. But all the ladies seem to be excited to be dressing as little a little inappropriately that night. You know, they seemed just a little bit too excited about all that. Who was it that said it's an excuse to get dressed up like a slut or something? I think it was Catherine that said that. It was funny. But yeah, so Catherine and her husband Donnie go to pick up Erica. Erica's riding in the limo with them. They get in the car. Erica's costume is really, really cute. And then Erica asks, what's her name? Catherine's husband, like, oh, how did your wife get so tough? And he's all serious. He's like, oh, it goes back to her childhood. And, you know, she had a rough childhood. And you don't want Kathy to come out. You know, Kathy's a motherfucker or something, you know. And she's like, oh, my God. Eric's like, who's Kathy? And she's like, you don't want to meet Kathy, okay? I keep Kathy put away in a box. This is Catherine saying, you know, Kathy is put away in a box. But I was like, girl, don't talk about me if you don't know me, honey. That's what she told Faye. And I feel like she might want to bring Kathy out. That's the way she just seems like she's just itching for a fight a little bit to me. And that's kind of how she was acting towards the end of this episode. But we'll get to it in a second. For some reason, Erica decides to fill her in on the whole drama that's going on between Lisa Rinna and Yolanda. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess because, you know, Catherine's introduction to the show was through Lisa Rinna, but it's still a little weird that she would be talking about that. I don't know. We'll see what's going on with that. So they get to the party, and Lisa Vanderpump is drooling, okay? Her panties is wet and everything over Donnie's ass, Catherine's husband, right? She is just like, oh my God, he is fine. She was like, I would not want that kind of pressure to have a fine husband like that. I don't want him seeing anything wrong. I wouldn't want him to see anything wrong with me, you know, physically or whatever. I was like, okay, I guess that's why she married a much older man. So she would always be the pretty one. And, you know, so anyways, I was like, the way she was looking at her husband, though, that was making me a little uncomfortable. I'm like, dang, Lisa, pull it back a little bit. You know, she was looking at him like she was ready to just jump on his ass in the middle of the party, you know. Anyways, Catherine and Erica, they're talking, they're just chit-chatting or whatever, and I don't know how it came up, because I can't remember how it came up, but Erica said the word cunt, right? And Catherine is like, oh my God, I hate that word. You're too pretty to use that word. Please don't ever use that word. It's the most degrading, disgusting word ever. Please don't use it. And Erica's like, I use it all the time, and I don't plan on ever stopping using it. I just won't use it around you anymore, okay? Now, for me, it's always weird when I hear the C word, because it's just not a word that I hear normally in my, my everyday life. I mean, I could probably count the number of times I've heard that word just in my everyday life, you know? It's just not a word that I would think to use. It's a weird word. Anyways, I don't know. But yeah, but Erica said that's her word, and she is going to use it all the time. Okay, so we will see you next Tuesday. Anyways, Kyle, they're all like having fun. Somebody asked Kyle to do the splits. You know, she's always for doing the splits, and she does the splits. Erica loves that she does the splits, and Lisa Vanderpump is like, well, you know, some people have certain skills and other people have others. You know, my skill is not doing the splits and putting my leg behind my head, okay? You know, I can't do all that. She was like, I can barely bend over to put on my socks, so, you know, I'm not that flexible, okay? You know? But Lisa is always, like, making jokes about her and Ken and sex. Like, and I just wonder, I mean, it's not that something I really want to think about, honestly, but I just wonder, like, do they really have sex? Because Ken don't look like he can really move, you know? Like, I mean, how does it even go if they do it, you know? And Lisa doesn't seem like the type that would be on top, so, I mean, I don't even know how it would work, you know? Anyways, so they are all on a dance floor having a good time. Mauricio and Kyle on the floor, dang, they're freaking. He done picked her up. She got her legs wrapped around him. And then at another point, she's all behind them and in front of them, and they're kissing and stuff. I'm like, okay. All right, I know it's y'all party, y'all, but I mean, you know that other people are around. Anyways, but it's cute to see, how they're so in love or whatever. And Lisa and Ken are dancing and having a good time. And Lisa says that she's very proud to have the best and longest marriage in Beverly Hills. She says she's very proud of that aspect. At some point, I can't remember when, but I guess Lisa runs into Faye at the bar, and they say hello to each other, and Faye kind of tries to start a conversation with Lisa, but Lisa is not paying her any attention. She's looking at her like, who you talking to? Because it ain't me. That's what she was giving her. And so then right after the dance floor scene, you see all the women go sit down, and Kyle just tells Lisa that, she's happy. Faye told her that, she was cordial with her, so she's just happy. Tells Lisa she's happy that, she didn't start anything with Faye or whatever. And then Catherine goes in to ask Kyle how long she's known Faye, and Kyle's just like, I've known her, for like 20 some odd years. And Catherine's like, what year? Kyle's like 94 or something, 94 or something like that. And so now Catherine says she's giving Kyle the side eye because, that during that time when she's saying she first met Faye, Faye was in a bad place in her life. And that was when she was, capitalizing off of the whole Nicole Brown and OJ Simpson thing. And, and that's the time she wrote the book and put, Catherine and her ex-husband into the mix. And she just felt like Faye just was a horrible person, what's her name, Camille say? The morally corrupt Faye Resnick. I guess that's how Catherine is looking at her ass now too, and so she, kind of says little things to Kyle, and Kyle is doing her best to stick up for Faye or whatever. She's not letting Catherine get away with talking about her friend, okay? I was actually surprised at how much Kyle was, I guess I've never seen Kyle defend someone that hard, but when it comes to Faye, Kyle is on attack mode, it seems like a lot of the time. So Faye definitely has a special place in her hearts, okay? And then you see Kyle, she's upset that Catherine is even, is talking about one of her good friends at her party. So she pulls Lisa to the side and is just like, how do you feel about Catherine talking about Faye? Like, it's making me feel awkward. I don't appreciate it. And Lisa Vanderpump is just like, well, she's entitled to her own opinion. I don't have a problem with it. I actually like Catherine. You need to talk to Faye. Faye is your friend or whatever. And Kyle's like, in her interview, Kyle's just like, well, I guess Lisa's on Catherine's side. And she was like, but how it turned. It didn't, she's like, it didn't turn out so well for her the last time. She sided with the new girl. And then Bravo shoots to the clip of Brandy when she slapped when she slapped Lisa in the face last season. I'm like, oh my goodness. So yeah, so that's gonna be, I guess, a little drama right there. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't last. Hopefully it's over. I don't want to hear about this in the next episode. I don't want to hear about Catherine and Faye either, but I get it. That's Catherine's storyline. So she's got to roll with it or get something else to talk about. Anyways, you guys, that was pretty much the episode. So, yeah, that was it for me. What did you guys think about this episode? It was a little blah, but next week I think it's gonna be a little more exciting because we get to see Erica Jane perform and see the ladies' reactions to her performance. So I think it's gonna be a little more action going on in the next episode. Anyways, you guys, that's all I have. I am so sleepy right now, so I'm gonna take my butt upstairs and go to bed. I will do Mob Wives will be coming tomorrow night. I will do that tomorrow night. I'm actually gonna probably watch the episode as I doze off on the couch. Anyways, so I don't have a TV in my bedroom. Like, we don't do TVs in the bedrooms. Like, every other room in this house has a TV and cable hookup, except for the 2 bedrooms that we sleep in. The one my daughter sleeps in and the one that me and my husband sleep in. Like, I think I saw on Oprah like years ago that you shouldn't have a TV in your bedroom, and I just stuck with it. But every other room has, and then I always end up falling asleep on the couch because I want to watch TV unless I take my computer in there. But you know what, y'all, whatever. So that's it, you guys. I'm gonna go upstairs and watch a little bit of My Wives until I doze off, and I'll have the review for you guys tomorrow. Tell me what you guys thought about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills episode number 10. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Let me know what you thought. Give me all your comments. Share this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, please stay real, stay safe, and stay tuned to Mika Chanel is Just Saying. See you next Tuesday.